A lot of talk's been going around lately about different states and different countries even banning out critical race theory. You know, like you got Florida vowed to do as much, and then you got South Dakota looking at it as well, Texas. But California is becoming the first state where they're actually mandating the enforcement of critical race theory. Oh no, it's called ethnic studies. See, we don't teach critical race theory in public schools. That's just not something that we do. That's just a big-brained idea for the university crowd. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's just see how much different ethnic studies is from your understanding of critical race theory. Okay, let's just see if they're going to continue to play the semantic game, because yeah, guess what? Fucking Gavin Newsom, man, he has his ironclad mandate that he has 75% of the population that thinks that he is the right guy to be leading California, and I just couldn't be happier for him. Well, unfortunately, the high school students around 2026 are going to have to pass one semester of ethnic studies in order to qualify to graduate from high school. Oh my fucking God, can you believe it? Like, of all of the different things that get brought up consistently about what you wish that you would have learned in high school, like, okay, finance is normally always at the top. All right, learn about how to do taxes. Okay, what taxes are out there, how to invest, finance. Okay, how to take advantage of the stock market, where to invest, what to invest in, what even is an RRSP. Okay, what's your 401k if you're in the States? RRSP is the registered retirement savings plan for Canada. And then there's tax-free savings account. Like, okay, all of those. Okay, learn about all that type of stuff. Who's begging for this shit? Okay, activists, Twitter weirdos, Gavin Newsom. Okay, California became the first state in the nation to make ethnic studies a required class for high school students after 5 years of debate. Ugh. The requirement would apply to students who graduate in 2030 and was created and approved by the State Board of Education in March after Governor Gavin Newsom vetoed a similar measure last year until it was inclusive of all communities. Not all communities, because, you know, white people's, their opinion on this need not be taken into consideration, of course, because this is ethnic studies, so it's all right to be outright racist against white people, but you know what, hey, we have to learn about the disadvantaged, marginalized communities. We need to make, you know, the kids that have never really done anything to anybody else, but we need to teach them about systemic racism and how their great-great-grandparents, well, maybe kind of a fraction of them, because a lot of these kids, their grandparents and their origins are only like 2, maybe 3 generations deep, but hey, whatever. The requirement, why would anybody still be in California at this point? That begs the question. The requirement would apply to students, yes, who graduate in 2030. During the bill signing on Friday, Newsom said students must understand our nation's full history if we expect them to one day build a more just society. Yeah. Okay, just having that little fucking quip when you're fucking around with high school diplomas, it's like you should probably get into a little bit more detail on that one. So, ethnic studies courses enable students to learn their own stories. Oh, okay, cool. I'm sure it's going to be that detailed, and it's not just going to be America bad, white people bad, brown people just inherently good. It doesn't matter what kind of brown, but as long as you think that, you're good. But if you're brown and you think something different, then no, you're just, you're internalizing and you're expressing your inner white superiority or whatever fucking mental gymnastics they use in order to justify this ridiculous shit. And those of their classmates. Yes, comrade, for sure. The course will focus on the past and present struggles of marginalized groups in America, including Black, Asian, Latino, Jewish, Middle Eastern, Native, and Indigenous Americans, women, and other groups who face bigotry, the Los Angeles Times report. Well, who's not included in that? White men. That's it. Okay, everybody else has been disadvantaged, and who are you going to blame? Okay, because if you got to teach, all of these people were just oppressed all the time. It's like, what are you going to say about Jews, though? That'd be very interesting. Okay, or Middle Easterners. Okay. Like Asians, you'd have to talk about FDR's fucking concentration camps right after World War II, but okay, or rather during. Yeah, okay, that's going to be a tough conversation because that happened right there in California, but I'm sure that'll get glossed over because it's just going to all be all about slavery, because that's basically what public schools have devolved into at this point. But let's see. The bill was authorized by State Assemblyman Jose Medina, no shit, with the help of the advisory committee made up of teachers and educators. Medina called the new measurement long overdue. Of course, it's always long overdue, right? And just one step along the fucking, I don't know, the trail of tears, or who gives a fuck? One step along. One step in the long struggle for equal education for all students. What is everybody getting deprived of? That's like whenever you hear, trans rights. I know this might seem completely out of left field, but, we need equal education for everyone. Okay, trans rights are human rights. It's like, what are you being deprived of? Or what do you think that you're entitled to that you're not actually entitled to? That one always just kind of sticks in my craw a little bit. Okay, the bill, which was first reposed in 2016, received stark criticism as opponents claimed it was filled with radical ideology and obscure jargon and a bias against capitalism. Yeah, this is commie shit. What the fuck do you expect? The version that Newsom vetoed last year has also received backlash from members of the California Legislative Jewish Caucus, oy vey, which said the bill failed to properly address anti-Semitism while providing positive representation for the boycott movement against Israel. Yeah, it was probably very pro-Palestinian for obvious reasons. There were 14 forms of bigotry and racism in the glossary. Oh my god, how could you find that many? That's impressive. I just thought that racism was racism and bigotry was bigotry, but little did I know. I guess I need this ethnic studies course. Ugh. Assemblyman Jesse Gabriel from Encino, right, who called the exclusion of anti-Semitism glaring, obvious, and offensive. Well, has there been anything, specifically against Jews in America? I don't really think so, but okay. Before we go any further, and my head just explodes, how California's ethnic studies classes should focus lessons around their demographics of their students. Okay, let's take a look. California's new ethics studies mandate will have students learn about the past and present past and present struggles of America's marginalized groups. Includes, yes, everybody who's been there. Yeah, everybody who's not white or male. Okay. Ethnic studies courses addresses institutionalized systems of advantage and addresses the cause of racism and other forms of bigotry, including but not limited to anti-blackness, whatever that is, anti-indigeneity. Okay, that sounds disingenuous. Xenophobia, anti-Semitism, and Islamophobia. Again, we just make up words and just throw them in there. Within our culture and governmental policies, educators can create and utilize lessons rooted in her foundational disciplines to make connections to the experience of all students alongside the sample key themes of identity, history, and movement, systems of power, social movements, and equity. I hate all of this. Oh my fucking god. So yeah, no, they aren't teaching critical race theory, right? Obviously not. Let's focus on New York City. And tomorrow we're going to get into the crime side of things. Like, we got a little bit of a crime here, but more specifically, there's one video directly talking about the violent crime wave that's hitting New York City in crazy and insane ways, even more so than usual, so had to highlight that. So what New York City is doing right now, well, they're also getting in on this commie shit when it comes to schools. Canceling accelerated learning programs for gifted kids. Guess what? Everybody's equal, okay? There's no such thing as exceptionalism, okay? And if you are, it comes at the cost of somebody else, right? I can't believe this. Okay, yep, they're just disincentivizing anybody just rising up because it's all about power with them. All of that shit is fucking projection, okay? They don't give a fuck as long as they're in charge, and then they just tell everybody else to fear power and loathe it from anybody else who has more than them. Because you're useless, okay? You just come in at a base fucking level. You can never get better. You can never get worse. You're always stuck at that fucking level. That's their opinion, not mine. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio has announced plans to cancel the gifted and talented accelerated learning program for school children, drawing praise from those who are too fucking stupid to know what you're doing. Who called it a scheme, discriminatory, and condemnation from those who say it harms hardworking students. No shit, that's exactly what he's after. Starting next fall, New York City will stop testing kindergartners for entry into the gifted and talented programs, which was a subject of a lawsuit that claimed the screens were racially discriminatory. Okay, whatever. And fueled racial segregation in the school system. But that's what you guys want. You just want it accomplished a different way. The era of judging 4-year-olds based on a single test is over. I'm sure yeah, basically, you boil it down to that, I'm sure that's exactly what the fuck it is. Bill de Blasio said on October 8th statement, every New York City child deserves to reach their full potential, and this new equitable model gives them that chance. McCarthy didn't go far enough. The gifted program, which faced criticism for enrolling low numbers of black and Latino students, anyways, will instead be replaced with the new framework called Brilliant New York City, which will leave students identified for accelerated instruction in mixed classrooms. Yes, again, so just getting rid of it, making everybody learn the exact same shit, even though you have the kids up there at the top who can get through this fucking bog standard crap faster than everybody else. Instead of fostering that child, you know what, you have something exceptional on your hands. No, just hammering down the tall nail. This is fucking disgusting. But that's alright, man. Instead of just trying to, you know what, bring up the dumb kids, you know what, having them fucking looked after, okay? We're working with the exceptionally talented kids up at the top. No, don't worry about it. We got a plan for you guys because, hey, if you've been it's obvious, okay? The only reason that nobody of color, at least not enough for their opinion, are being represented in the gifted learning program, okay? It's because they're disadvantaged, and that's all right. Now we aren't going to enforce, just like in San Francisco, we aren't going to enforce shoplifting because obviously it's these big mega corporations that are just keeping you guys down. So you guys go ahead, and then you end up with little stores like this. I know that this is probably like a CVS or something, but yeah, nobody's enforcing fucking shoplifting anymore because, oh, that's fine. Corporations can just pay for it. It's like New York City's not coming back. Not in my lifetime. Definitely not. Thanks to a citywide shoplifting tsunami, bare necessities are now rare luxuries on drugstore shelves across New York City. It looks like the third world bemoaned one Manhattan resident after eyeing the aisles of a CVS on 6th Avenue, in Soho, desperately low of toothpaste, face wash, and hand sanitizer among a long list of other items. They've all been stolen, a CVS employee told the Post. State bail reform laws, we'll be talking about those tomorrow. That's for certain. Make shoplifting a promising career option for some New York City crooks. One man, Isaac Rodriguez, 22, of Queens, was arrested for shoplifting 46 times this year alone, and then he was just released back on the streets. Yeah, because, you know what, that's just petty crime, right? The blame goes straight for the halls of power in Albany, said New York City's top cop, Dermot Shea. Insanity, the police commissioner tweeted last week in response to the Post report. No other way to describe the resulting crime that has flowed from the disastrous bail reform. Serial shoplifters, even if arrested, typically walk free the same fucking day. Cases against them are not often prosecuted. Drugstores filled the aisles of necessities, often an easy to harvest gold mine for thieves. So yeah, what's the solution to this? Put them behind the counter? Yeah, so that they just end up, hopping the counter, because if they're going to be fucking shoplifting, what's pushing somebody wearing a fucking red vest out of the way? What's the difference there? This is ridiculous. There are 77 other thieves right now walking the streets of New York with a rap sheet of 20 or more shoplifting charges. Jesus Christ. That's in the proper context of what's his name there, Isaac Rodriguez, allegedly stole from Walgreens 37 times. Jesus. Lifting everything from protein drinks to soap, baby formula, I'm sure, and body lotions. Often simply filling up a bag with items and then walking out the front door without paying. Yep, that's shoplifting. Thanks for surmising that. As of September 12th, the city has seen 26,385 complaints of retail theft, the most ever recorded going back to 1995. It's a 32% spike from last year, 20,024, and a 38% surge from 2014, 19,000. Holy fucking Christ. What do you do? What do you do? Okay? God, New York City is just so totally fucked. But don't worry, we got some news from across the pond, all right? Because this insanity, this fucking commie shit cannot be contained to just one side of the world. No. We got to go over to Britain because they have their Extinction Rebellion offshoot, fucking Insulate Britain. These cocksuckers, I've been seeing them video after video after video, just sitting in the street being general fucking nuisances. And what do they want? Well, they're all consumed about climate change and all that other fucking green type horseshit. So a bunch of low information people that are just out there trying to, we're just trying to make a difference. Yeah, by being real fucking cunts. You know what it'll take to just stop these people? Just run a couple over. I constantly wish that that's how the video would go, but it's up on YouTube, not on Live Leak. So, you know it's going to have a miserable ending because that's what gets attracted to that's the type of people who are attracted to these causes. Fucking unattractive, aimless people. Insulate Britain gives Boris Johnson 10 days to accept demands as group plots next round of mayhem, including getting 120 in prison ahead of COP26. I don't know what that is. I wish I did. Oh, okay. Chaotic. Yeah, the COP26 Climate Summit in Glasgow next month. Awesome. Insulate Britain is threatening a fresh wave of mayhem if the government does not agree to its demands. The Mail on Sunday can reveal. Oh my God. Sunday, this is in the future. Interesting. The group plans to cause more misery yet again by blocking major roads in a series of sit-down protests on Wednesday. Yeah, just run them over. Okay, if you're stupid enough to sit in the middle of a road, I just hope the fucking grill that you're seeing doesn't have a fucking cattle catcher on the front of it. The group plans have warned Boris Johnson that he has 10 days to commit to their ultimatum on home insulation before they unleash hell on innocent drivers simply trying to get to work, receive, or see a loved ones. What the fuck do they even want? According to some undercover journalism? What? In today's day and age? Wow, they've revealed details of the insidious plan, including an ambition to have 120 or more people all remanded in prison at the same time to cause maximum embarrassment for the government ahead of COP26. What? Fucking putting public nuisances in jail? Okay. Yeah, that'll show them. And it's like, what? You people are so fucking detached from reality, you probably think this is a good idea. A cynical use of working class spokesmen to avoid being labeled as middle class hippies. Aha. Cool. A deliberate use of language to avoid terms such as planet or environment when confronted. Of course, this is just more commie shit, okay? I hate to be just so repetitive on that, but that's all it is. That's all it is. How activists compared motorists to angry toddlers and complained the police refused to slow down traffic for them. Yeah, when they do this in the middle of the fucking road, put on their stupid safety vests to just hold up a fucking banner and just ruin everybody's day, and then they get drug off like fucking children. Yeah. Oh, just peaceful protest. Yeah, blocking off entryways to hospitals. It's hilarious how these people get treated better than people who are protesting against fucking vaccine passports and mask mandates. Oh, okay, cool. Because we really see who's, whose ideas are more in line with the ruling class, the authoritarians that are out there in the police. Sorry to be such a downer again, but whatever. We'll dunk on some celebrities next. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.